Krishna, why do you dance?
Well, I dance simply because I love it. The journey began when I barely started walking, tapping my feet along with my mother when she was attending her Katha classes. And since then, I've never stopped. The encouragement and passion of my Acharya Srimati Gayatri Subramanian pushed me into this whole new world that I never knew existed. She is the one who saw true potential in me even before I did. Though not from a dance family, my parents are deeply interested in art forms, be it my mom who paints and sings or my father and brother who play mridangam. I have been very fortunate to have family and guru who support me like anything. So the question of why never really struck to me. The question why you love someone, I can't imagine a day without dance. When I see these passionate artists perform, it inspires me and I truly hope that someday I reach up to that level. But what I do know for sure is I love the entire process of learning, understanding, imbibing whatever this art form provides me.
Namaste, I am Saibrinda Ramachandran, a Bharatanatyam dancer and a disciple of Acharya Srimati Indira Kadambi. As a youngster in this field of dance, I have spent a lot of time reflecting on what this art form truly means to me and what I hope it will become one day. Even though Bharatanatyam is majorly a performance-oriented art, I've realized and I'm still realizing that it is more than just about technique or external recognition. I find it really amusing when my Acharya or any senior expert talk about how dance is more transcendental than it's physical. It's something that I deeply resonate with because as dancers, we need to carry forward that understanding in the future. We have to remember that dance is not just a physical act, but it's a way of connecting to something beyond ourselves, to find a sense of peace or sense of clarity, one could say. Even though this personal journey of self-discovery through dance is an ongoing process, my dream for dance is to grow together as a community, to make it more accessible and inclusive while staying true to our traditions. And also to ensure that our dancers are properly compensated for their work and not undervalued in their own field. And on this International Dance Day, let's all remember that we are in this journey together as a community of dancers. So happy International Dance Day to all of you. Thank you. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. I'm Sapna Krishnakumar, a Bharatanatyam dancer and Carnatic vocalist from Chennai, and a biologist in training at the Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, ISER, in Mohali. Team Aalaap asked me if the arts and science intersect in my life, and if they do, how and when. The answer is yes, they do intersect. My years of training in the arts taught me precision, perfection, and confidence via rigorous practice, and I apply the same rigor in my day-to-day activities in the laboratory to achieve the same results. Additionally, the mathematical nature and logic involved in these two art forms that I practice equip me to approach quantitative biological problems with ease, rather than being challenged by the intersection of math and biology. Having experienced and soaked in the bliss of dance and music, it has been gratifying to volunteer and share my artistic knowledge with scientific minds via SPICMAK at ISO Mohali. As I move on to pursue a PhD in the USA, I hope to continue to grow and marvel at science and arts, as art is a science and science is an art. Thank you.
I came to Chennai from a small city in Uttar Pradesh just to learn Bharatanatyam. But Chennai made me an artist, not just a dancer. Namaskaram, I'm Vidagata, a Bharatanatyam dancer and a theatre artist. I have always loved dancing. But my journey in Bharatanatyam started here in Chennai. I knew nothing, not even Tattaravu. I had no knowledge of Ragam, Talam, nothing, and I was scared to be learning with the batchmates who had years of prior training. Thankfully, in first few months of Kalakshetra, I got to watch some amazing artists like Kapila Venu, G. Narendran, Purvatanashri, and to me it was more than an inspiration. It came to me as a realization of the fact that how much responsibility it takes to carry this legacy forward. It has been 6 years now and I have been through many thick and thins of an artist's life, but today I have nothing but gratitude for this city and for all those amazing artists who have been instrumental in shaping me and my art. Thank you so much.
Happy World Dance Day. My name is Swarishri Sridhar. I am a Dubai-based Kathak dancer and choreographer and the disciple of Guru Dr. Pali Chakraji. To me, one of my favorite poetries to think about and to dance on is Parveen Shakir's "एक शख्स को सोचने लगी मैं." It reminds me of my inner child. It makes me think about so many things and memories that are related to dance that I had through my childhood. My Guru Bahans, Gurukul, my first ever time on stage. So many thoughts that now as an up-and-coming emerging artist, I may or may not think about all the time. But I never want to forget. And to me that is "एक शख्स को सोचने लगी मैं." A love letter to that inner child who knew how to move, to feel and heal all through dance.
Hi, I'm Jyotsna Akhilan, Bharatanatyam dancer and arts manager based in Chennai. One meaningful contribution I hope to make in the field of dance and the Indian performing arts at large is through capacity building. Not just for artists, but for other stakeholders in the ecosystem as well, such as curators, organizers, educators, institutions, etc. For me, arts management isn't just a set of logical tasks or skills. Rather, it is a mindset, one that will empower artists to think long-term strategically, dream boldly, and build structures that support artistic growth. This World Dance Day, here's to supporting and celebrating not just dance or the dancers, but also the people and the processes that help it thrive.
Namaskaram, I am Gayatri Aravindakshan, a Bharatanatyam dancer based out of Chennai. Dance was never something I had envisioned for myself, but it was a path chosen for me by my parents. As a kid, I was too enthralled by clothes and designs which sparked an interest in me to do something in fashion. Obviously, that did not happen, but throughout my years of diploma at Kalakshetra and post-graduation at the University of Madras, I developed a deep respect and love for this art form. The creativity I wished to explore through fashion had taken an entirely different form in dance. I realized just how patterns and shapes bring beauty to clothes. Bharatanatyam has rhythm, its intricacies, and the form which beautify it. And I also understood that dancing is also designing, but with space, timing, emotions, balance, and a lot more. Today, while I continue this journey of learning and evolving, I feel deeply grateful to everything that has brought me here. Dance not only just molded me as an artist, but also it helped me, it supported me through a lot of personal challenges. And I will forever be thankful to my parents and my gurus for showing me this way of life.
If I had the chance to have dinner with a yesteryear dancer, I would definitely pick Kalanidhi Mami. First of all, I would love to ask her a question that intrigued me the most about her. She was the one who redefined, or I would even say defined, Abhinaya for the entire dance community. How did she master an art form which is still so subtle, underrated, and often overshadowed by Nritya? How did she find the beauty in Abhinaya at that point in time when the whole world was focused in viewing Bharatanatyam through Nritya? And as a student of dance, I would also love to ask her what motivated her to do dance, especially because she came back to it after a break of 30 years. And also she said that she learned Bharatanatyam only because of her mother's words and that she was an obedient daughter, and she was never really a motivated learner. And because Bharatanatyam is such an art which requires motivation and passion at every point in time to persevere, how can somebody who did it out of a mother's bidding bring such a perspective that's so perfect and relevant throughout time? So I would love to know what dance meant to her.
Namaste, I'm Khushi Langaria. I'm Bharatanatyam practitioner.
When I started my dance journey, I was unaware of its rich legacy behind every step. But as I delved deeper, I realized that dance has traveled through centuries, overcame obstacles, and been nurtured by beautiful hearted people we now call legends. Dance has power to touch and heal lives. When I dance, it's not just about me, it's about little part of vast ocean of art dances within me. As Bharatanatyam dancer, I discovered that dance is not just about movements, it's way of life. Happy World Dance Day to all storytellers who weave stories through their movement. I'm Kushi Langalia and dance is my Kushi Kaushi, a journey of self-discovery and expression.
Hi, I'm Srijoyini. The way I explore or I find my voice through dance is by exploring softness. Softness that I find in the way that people lead their lives day to day, especially the women around me, my mother, my family, my friends, my teachers, or any women I get to interact with. And I think there is something resilient about exploring this or engaging with this softness in the turbulent times that we live in. And I think that is where I find my dance and I find my voice and I find a way to say that here I am, I have arrived and I want to speak and I want to let you hear my voice.
Namaskaram, I'm Varun Shokmar, a disciple of Guru Gayatri Shriram and a Bharatanatyam dancer currently based out of India. For me, dance transcends borders. Undeniably, there's a separate sense of joy and comfort I feel when I perform in India. But I've also come to understand that there's a unique sense of fulfillment and a unique feeling of pride that I feel when I'm presenting my art form abroad to an audience who may not understand the art form the same way, the same nuances and the same culture. But they're able to feel and they're able to experience it. When they're able to connect with the Abhinaya, when they're able to react to the Jatis, I've come to understand that dance doesn't need translation. That essentially, even as dancers, we all understand different things in different ways. But we're all connected through the same movement, through the same music, through the same rasa. And that dance breaks these borders and barriers and rather connects us like a bridge. On that note, thank you, Aalaap, for this wonderful initiative and wishing everyone a very happy World Dance Day.
Namaskaram, my name is Periyachi Roshni and I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer from Singapore. So the question is, which of the items in a Bharatanatyam Margam resonates with my personality the most? I think for me, I would definitely pick the Varnam because I would compare the Varnam to the day-to-day life of a freelance artist like myself. So I'm an actress as well as a dancer. So I feel that the fast-paced jadis in the Varnam are like days where there is back-to-back schedules, there's back-to-back classes, back-to-back rehearsals, and the slow sancharis are almost comparable to days where it's my off days or days where I get to relax. So I think that balance is very well comparable to Varnam structure, and that's why I picked the Varnam as something that resonates the most with my personality and my lifestyle. Thank you.
Honestly, for me, every day is dance day. Dance isn't just something that I do, but it's a part of who I am. Whether I'm practicing or rehearsing kuchipudi or just dancing around my kitchen to a song that I love, movement is woven into every part of my life. It's a constant source of joy, creativity, and connection. But that being said, I love that there's a special day dedicated just to dance. It's a beautiful reminder of all the joy that dance brings us, not just for dancers, but for everyone. In a world where we spend so much time sitting still, glued to our screens, this day is a beautiful reminder to move, to feel, and to connect. It reminds us that life isn't just about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning how to dance in the rain. So yes, for dancers like me, every day is dance day. But having a day where the whole world gets to celebrate movement, expression, and the pure joy of dance, that's something truly special.
We often focus so much on the art that we forget to take care of the artists. Namaste, I'm Vaishnavi Srinivasan, disciple of Srimati Roja Kanai. I thank Aalaap for giving us young dancers this opportunity to talk about mental health. Because honestly, I feel like mental health is a topic that is most and least talked about in today's times, and I'm very glad that we're taking it seriously. We as classical dancers are often trained to express our emotions on stage, but somehow we forget to process them internally. And of course, with the constant competition, comparison, and the pressure for perfection, it often robs the joy out of dance for us. So that's why I think it's very important to slow down and look inwards. And one more thing I think is very important for dancers is to talk about it to your peers, because it's so important to foster a community, because after all we are all in the same boat and we should show up for each other, and I think that makes a big difference. And on a personal note, I just tell myself to just find joy in learning and to be grateful for every opportunity that I get. Thank you. Namaskaram.
Namaste everyone. I'm Harini Anand, your finalist for Miss Universe Karnataka 2025. Firstly, I would like to wish all of you a very happy World Dance Day. On this beautiful occasion, I have been asked a very interesting yet crucial question from Team Aalaap. How would I contribute to the world of dance if I was to become the Miss Universe? My answer is by advocating for a national policy for arts. I believe art is not a luxury, it is the breath of every civilization. And for a cultural civilization like India, it becomes our identity. Artists who live for their arts should also be able to live through their arts. They shouldn't be vulnerable in front of anybody, and they shouldn't be exploited. And I believe having a national policy will solve this issue. It will give all artists a national platform to discuss such issues and look for solutions that are practical and can be put to use. And thus, I would really like to advocate for a national policy for the arts. Thank you so much.
Namaste, I'm Medha Varakhedi, a Bharatanatyam dancer, disciple of Gurus Srimati Nirupama Rajendra and Sri T.D. Rajendra. Firstly, thank you Aalaap for making me a part of this wonderful series. To me, dance has given immense joy and a deep sense of solace. It's been a beautiful journey of learning, teaching, performing, and evolving a little more with every stage of it. I love those moments when I can make every movement, every emotion truly my own. It's like finding myself again and again. Over the years, dance has become my way of experiencing life itself. How I think, how I see, and respond to the world around me. And above all, when I dance, I feel the closest to my true self.
On this World Dance Day, I want to speak about my Guru Sri Pashnath Upadhyay. Not only for his mastery in this art form, but also for the quality the world rarely notices, his humility. For the outside world, he's an embodiment of grace and discipline, but for his students, he's also a person who listens with patience, with presence. Once during my rehearsals, I suggested a small change in the sequence. I expected for a correction or even a dismissal, but he readily accepted, and with a smile, he said, art grows in within you only if you do it. Come on, show me. This stayed with me because in that space, I wasn't just a student, I was a creator. He does not teach us only dance, but makes us believe in our inner rhythm. There's a saying in Natya Shastra, Natyam bhinna ruchir janasya bahutapyekam samaradhana, which means dance pleases tastes of varied people and is a single path of fulfillment for all. My Guru embodies this spirit, not by imposing but allowing each one of us to find our own path in this art form. And for that, I would not just celebrate dance today, but also would like to celebrate the rare kind of teacher who honors the dancer within each of us.
Namaskaram. My name is Srinagi. I am a Bharatanatyam dancer in Chennai, learning under Srimati Divya Nair. To answer your question, I don't really see myself as a very disciplined or meticulous person, but definitely learning dance, practicing dance has brought in some discipline in my life. I think from turning up for rehearsals or classes or just practicing on your own, even on the days you don't feel like doing anything, you don't feel motivated to dance. Just to be consistent, you dance, you come and practice, you do whatever. I think that has definitely gotten some quality, some discipline in my life for sure. Also, like watching my friends, watching my teacher work, that has always made me want to try more, try to be more disciplined and meticulous in my life.
Namaskaram. I am Soumya Lakshmi Narayanan, a Bharatanatyam dancer from New Delhi. I am a disciple of Padma Shri Geeta Chandra. How does dance make me feel? Everything, I guess, from sorrow to happiness to excitement and also anger and frustration sometimes. But more than anything else, I think it is the feeling of just abandon that I feel while dancing. And it is a way of expressing myself, not just to the audience, but also a way in which I dialogue with myself internally. It is a space where I feel confident, I feel comfortable and at ease. This question speaks very closely to me because I feel one must keep asking this question over and over again to oneself, because I realized how grateful I am to my gurus, to my parents, to the Almighty, that I'm able to feel this connection with dance every single day. I wish to keep dancing and I wish the same for you. Happy World Dance Day.
Namaste. I'm Chandra Maharajan, a dancer by passion and will be a lawyer by profession. I was asked a curious question by Aalaap. If you would like to draft the legislation related to dance, what it would be? And my answer is, at present we don't have any specific legislation dedicated to protection and regulation of dance and dancers. So I would introduce an act called Cultural Integration and Protection of Artists' Rights Act. The objective of this act shall be explained in three folds. The first would be, it has provisions that protect the authenticity of dance form when collaborating with foreign art form and artists. The second, protection of artists' right and certification of professional artists. And the third would be mobilizing artists across border through streamlining visa procedures and other procedures related to travel across borders. I hope my idea will become a full-fledged legislation in future, and I thank Allah for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my idea and for featuring me in this campaign.
Hi, I'm Anisha Parameshwaran, a Bharatanatyam dancer based in Chennai. In January 2008, one Friday afternoon, I returned home from school and my mother told me, "Get ready fast, we need to go to the dance class." I was joining a dance class for the first time. I was excited, nervous and curious about what was going to happen. At that moment, I would like to go back to the 8-year-old Anisha and tell her that you are about to get the biggest gift of your life, a companion who is going to be there with you forever. Dance. Enjoy every moment of it. There will be good days and bad days, and failures, it will be there in plenty. But as long as you know you've done your best, even failures can be beautiful. Happy dancing. Wishing you all a very happy World Dance Day.
Namaskaram. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I'm Sahana Sukumar, a student of Bharatanatyam, under the tutelage of my teachers, Shri Ranjit and Srimati Vijna Vasudevan at Saraswatam Foundation. While I have been a solo performer for most of my journey, I recently started exploring group performances as well. Each experience is exciting and challenging on its own. In solos, I enjoy the freedom of self-practice, flexibility with time, and also the opportunity to explore my own artistic interpretation. However, performing in a group brings a different kind of energy that's truly unparalleled. The collective spirit, the synergy on stage, and the way in which each dancer brings a new dimension to the performance is incredibly enriching. Group works also foster a deeper connection with fellow artists, and it encourages mutual admiration and learning. I find myself inspired by the strengths of others, and I try to inculcate a few of them in my solo performances as well. This blending of experiences, I believe, has led to a holistic growth, both in my thought process and in my evolution as a dancer. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shreya, and thank you so much, Aalaap, for having me. I have grown up most of my life in Singapore, and now I'm in Australia. And to me, Chennai is like an aphrodisiac. A large part of it because of the devotion, the discipline, and the unspoken understanding that people have towards the art. And every time I come to Chennai, it demands honesty from me. Because when I'm with my teacher, or amongst my peers, or even when I'm watching programs of people I look up to so much, it challenges me and makes me redefine what dance should be and what dance is to me. And that space is such a privilege to have, and it is so addictive. So I always look forward to coming back, and I always miss being in Chennai.
Namaste, I am Shamantaka from Dharwad, Karnataka.
Cricket is exciting. I love hitting the ball and running between the wickets. It's also great to play with my friends as a team. I feel really happy when I hit a six or take a catch. Dancing, on the other hand, is pure joy. It lets me perform in front of an audience. The exhilaration of performing in front of a live audience keeps me moving. In dance, I can move to the music and feel free. I like learning new dance steps. When I dance, I feel full of energy and it makes me smile. I think playing cricket provides me fun and enjoy with my peers, and dancing makes me fall in love with the world of art and performance. It lets me surrender to the art form. So, I enjoy doing both, and I don't want to choose just one. Thank you.